Welcome to Harare Sports Club. It's the third and final T20 International in the series. Zimbabwe, the hosts, taking on Ireland, the visitors. Wow, the ground staff busy trying to get conditions ideal for a start of play today. The rain that has been around in the last week has continued, and there's been a fair amount of it here at Harare Sports Club today. It has stopped coming down in the last hour or so. So the ground staff desperately trying to get conditions good enough to have some play later this evening. Of course, the first two matches in the series were day games. Tonight, the final one, an evening one. And there are your two on-field umpires for today. Langton Roseri and Foster Mtizwa with the grounds curator, 𝗂𝗚𝗚. They'll be coming out at 7 p.m. So about 40 minutes from now for an inspection of the ground. At the moment, no news on the toss. Hopefully after that discussion, we may have some news on that. It's been a long tour. This one early in the year for both of these countries, and this is how it's gone. The test match back in 𝗏𝗚 won by Ireland. The ODI series 2-1 to Zimbabwe. The first T20I, no result because of the rain. And Zimbabwe, an outstanding performance at the back end of that second T20 International to win that. So 1-0 up in the series, and if we do have play today, an opportunity for Zimbabwe to close off the series or Ireland to level it. So that's the news then from Harare Sports Club at this stage. As soon as we have any more news, and hopefully good news, we'll be right back with you.
I was very surprised. I'm not joking, I was very surprised. Money! How much? I own market. I'm never going to pay back in.
Looks like you're doing anything illegal, right? Guys, we'll be right back. We're going to get some food, okay, guys?
Yeah, welcome to Harare Sports Club. Beautiful evening for this final T20 International of 3. Zimbabwe taking on Ireland. Long tour, long summer for Zimbabwe. Ireland won the test match, the only one in 𝗏𝗏 by 63 runs. Zimbabwe went on to win the one-day international series 2-1 with an emphatic 9-wicket victory in the final game. No results, of course, reigned on that first T20 international. The second, Zimbabwe won in an exciting manner by 3 wickets. We are here today for the third and final game of the series. Well, Tony Munyonga was outstanding in ensuring Zimbabwe got over the line in that second T20 international. Hasn't been a regular fixture in the side, but showed a great deal of maturity. Walked out to the middle at a stage when the team was 4 down for 62, and batted with the tail, batted with a lot of authority. Made sure a 29-run partnership with 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 got Zimbabwe over the line. On the other hand, for Ireland, Craig Young has been outstanding with the ball. 4 wickets in that second T20 international. This was the first. And then a good catch from the captain to dismiss Madewere. Another good catch down the third man to dismiss the informed Brian Bennett. And then it was Tashinga Musekiwa as he looked to consolidate at the end of the innings and try and get his country over the line. 6 wickets in 6 overs in the series. We look forward to another good performance from him. Right, Ed Rainsford was out in the middle a little bit earlier with the match referee and the 2 captains. It was time for the toss.
A multi-format series comes to an end. Test matches, ODIs, and now we're into the decider of the third T20 International here in Harare. It is Zimbabwe versus Ireland, and what a fitting way to do it under lights. Right, the 2 captains alongside me, 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 for Zimbabwe, Paul Sterling for Ireland, and our match referee, Sir Richie Richardson, who will oversee the toss. Here we go, Raz, give it a flip.
Heads.
Heads is the call. And it's a head. Would I say that's 3 in a row?
No, I've lost the last one.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Yeah, we're going to have a bowl.
Yeah.
See what it's like under lights. Not sure. We played 1 game here last year. See if it swings a bit, and yeah, same plans as usual. Try and get a couple of early wickets.
What have you made of it? Multi-format series, test matches, ODIs and T20s, really good for Irish cricket?
Yeah, we love coming here, to be honest. We come here quite a lot, and it's been another grueling series, and we just want to end in a high and make sure we empty the tank tonight.
Changes in your squad?
Yeah, we've got 3 today. The lads who haven't played a game in the T20 series all come in. I'll not go through them name by name, but yeah, it's pretty much like for the guys that have come in.
As you walk away from this series, have you learnt a lot about yourself firstly and then a squad?
Yeah, I think so. Again, it's the first time we've ever qualified for the T20 World Cup without going through the qualifying system, so it gives us that opportunity to see new faces and sort of get to our best team in a year's time rather than 6 months before, so another chance to see some new talent.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Go well today.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. Raz, what will you have done?
Yeah, with so much rain, I would like to bowl first as well, but we've always said that in our changing room as well, that toss cannot decide or dictate the result of the game, so we should be brave enough in our options, and today is one of those days as well. As you said, a series decider, under lights, good crowd. Let's be brave and put a good total on the board. How do you approach this surface? You just mentioned the toss doesn't have a great bearing on what you do and what you've learnt in the first couple of games? Yeah, the good thing about Sports Club is it stays dry, the table stays dry, so there's a little bit of moisture, so of course the first few overs could be tricky, but with a lot of rain, the outfield is still wet, so when the ball gets wet, it's going to be very nice to bat, and so I'm not too fussed about losing the toss actually. Any changes? No, we're going to keep the same team. Same question. Beautiful night to play cricket. What have you guys taken away from all the 3 formats as you walk away from this series? So not just from this series, I think this is our, if we look deeply, this is our last game of the summer as well, and we would love to win it and give it to our crowd as well before there's few away tours, and the next time we meet at Sports Club or even in Zimbabwe, it's in July, as it stands for now for international cricket. So being the last game of the summer as well, we want to make sure we put up a really nice performance on the board for the fans, for everybody watching us as well, so that we can hold our heads high. It's been a tough summer, but we have had a lot of good results, a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but hopefully a win today will cap it off nicely. It's been a pleasure. All the best, Raz. All right, go well. Right, news out in the middle is that Ireland have won the toss and they want to have a bowl first.
Yeah, bowl first, Ireland, as they've done previously on winning the toss, and so did Zimbabwe. Unchanged side. Marumani at the top of the innings, he will want to contribute today. strong-looking top-to-middle order with Munyonga getting runs, Ryan Burl as well featuring. And then the three seamers at the end, Gwandu, Muzarabani, Ngarawa, all looking pretty good as well. Three changes in the Irish side. And a new addition to this island side in the series. Tim Tector comes into the side. So does Fionn Hand. We haven't seen him in the series so far, as well as Matt Humphries, Paul Sterling, and pretty good Nick, as well as Lorcan Tucker, who looks like he will move down the order today. Well, we've had two-day games in this T20 International Series. For the first time, will be in the evening. Interesting to find out what conditions will be like. Earlier on, in the middle, was Victor Mpitsa.
Yeah, time to have a look at these conditions now. It's been a lot of hard work for the ground staff, and we really have to give them a lot of credit. A lot of rain today here in Harare, and especially on this field. But to get it to about an 18-over game, it's an outstanding field. The first thing that the players need to do, I know Ireland have won the toss. They probably think that the ball might do this thing, is this outfield, because it's nice and wet. So they need to make sure that they keep that ball nice and dry so that they can get the ball to swing. How about the surface then? I still think it's a good surface. I think it's a wonderful toss to win because there's still enough grass covering. In the previous pitches that we've actually watched, the grass was a little bit drier. This one is a bit greener. It just feels like there's a little bit of moisture into the surface. So not a bad toss to win. But as a betting side, you just want to have some wickets in hand. Don't lose too many up front with that new ball, and then set yourself up trying to get to about 100, 140, 150. Then you give yourself a chance. But a good toss to win nonetheless.
Good toss to win. And our two standing umpires, Langton Rosere, Foster Mtizwa. Television umpire will be 𝗂𝗄𝗃𝗃, and has been throughout the series. 𝗃𝗃𝗃 Richardson will be overlooking the play control team. Just one previous night T20 International here at Harare Sports Club, and it was between these two teams as well. Very good evening, 𝗂𝗍𝗃 Tamire.
Fantastic evening, Chino Moyo. And Zimbabwe's openers, we have 𝗃𝗂𝗃 𝗃𝗃. There's no man who needs a better innings to finish off the series than this man, 𝗃𝗂𝗃 𝗃𝗃. Best of 86, a lot will be wanting to see that. And also Brian Bennett had a fantastic test series, fantastic ODI, but not so much in the T20, so we'll be hoping he can repeat that best of 91 from the 30 matches that he has played. Meanwhile, for Ireland, they will be opening up with spin with Matthew Humphries. Best of 2 for 10 in the 4 matches that he's played. Beautiful scenes that we have here. Wonderful work by the groundsman to make us be able to bring this action to you this evening.
Yeah, there's been rain all morning, all afternoon here at Harare Sports Club. Monumental effort to make sure that we can get 18 overs in aside from the start. Humphries. Oh, now wide down leg side. Zimbabwe wouldn't have wished for a better start.
Matthew Humphries, rusty you would say, making his first appearance in this T20 series. Starts off with a loosener. And he donates 4 runs to Zimbabwe.
Yeah, plus the wide 5. So off to a start.
Nice, Hans. Nice grip.
It'll be interesting to see if there'll be any grip in the surface. There was in the second T20 International, as it was the pitch that was used or was going to be used on the previous day, so it was a little bit drier. Today, covers have been on most of the day. Shot from Marumani. 1 bounce 4.
Well, runs off the bat for Zimbabwe. They start off with a boundary off the bat of Marumani. comes across the stumps there, plays it in his favorite region, leg side, 4.
Yeah, if he's going to be bowling left arm around to the left-hander, then he's got to make sure he gets the ball a little bit further across. It's too easy to target that leg side field, especially behind square, because he's got a long on and a deep mid-wicket. And immediately he decides to go over the wicket and put the one fielder into the offside. Makes a lot more sense. Arm ball.
Better, quicker, and flatter. Good comeback from Humphreys.
Nice humps, lovely.
Yeah, that swung. That'll be going down the leg side, and he's missed out, Marumani. He's looked to go full-blooded. I think he could have just used the pace here.
Well, his eyes lit up on that occasion, Marumani, looking to pounce. Man, you can see who's really wanting to make an impact. And there's no better place to make that impact than in this last T20 of the 3.
Jobber. Behind Jobber,
Now there's
more.
a change in the field. He's brought the long on fielder up to mid on, and now there's a deep backward square. So opportunity to go straight back past the bowler here if the length is there.
Well, looking to punch that one square of the wicket, Marumani. Really wanted to get off strike there, trying to rotate things. They've had a good over, 9 from it, 1 delivery to go.
Yeah, he wants to, and he'll get it. Very well placed. And a very productive first over for Zimbabwe. It's 11 for none. Unchanged Zimbabwean side from that 3-wicket victory in the second match. Tim Tector comes into the Irish top order. Debut for him, fee on hand, we've seen before, as we have Matt Humphreys. Craig Young's been outstanding with the new ball, and it'll be interesting to see how he goes tonight. Under the lights. Got the better of Brian Bennett in the second T20 international. Very wide third fielder, almost in between the third and a backward point.
Oh, yeah, go.
That looks like it's just kept a little bit low.
Oh, definitely did, Tino. Really didn't get the bounce that we were expecting him to get, because he did terrorize Zimbabwe from that kind of a length in the second T20. He really was a menace in that second T20. And 4 wickets that he picked up was steaming in, making the ball talk. And Paul Sterling took a stellar catch in a steep there, but no sleep on this occasion.
Wide, very wide. Lowest averages bowling in Zimbabwe. Mohammed Hafiz of Pakistan, 7.14. Van Beek from the Netherlands, 7.45. Craig Young in third place, 11 wickets, 10.81.
Push up. 2 8.
Yeah, they were thinking about 2. They won't get back for it. Humphreys very quick to that one.
They talk about Craig Young. This is how it is to Marumani. 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗀. A simple catch there for Ben White. And then 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗀 squared up. Brian Bennett trying to give himself room on the leg side. Great catch in the deep as well. And then 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗀 pays off. And also a great catch by Josh Little. The ball did quite a little bit of twist and turn. Well played. He picks up the gap. It'll just be one.
Good running. They force the two. He wanted the two straight away, Brian Bennett. He's got himself out playing the aggressive strokes to a couple of back of length deliveries so far, so that'll be in the back of his mind. And that's why today he's playing that stroke as opposed to what we've seen previously.
Yeah, we know Brian Bennett, he loves width. In the way that he was dismissed, he was trying to give himself room so that he can have that little bit of width. And this time around, he's looking to play on the front foot, more positively, looking to punch than rather trying to hit it through the covers. Beauty.
Yeah, he's just asked the backward square leg to go about 6 meters to his right for this final ball. Outside edge. Yes, it is. Craig Young continues to get early wickets for Ireland.
Everything is okay on that occasion. There's something behind that line. Marumani fencing at this one. Finest of edges. And a good take by Lokentaka. Craig Young continues to torment Marumani to end his outing in this T20 series. Departs for 7 from 9. Zimbabwe 17 for 1.
Craig Young has struck early in all 3 of these T20 internationals. It was so important for him to get that early breakthrough because Zimbabwe have been out the blocks quite quickly. 76 matches for obviously 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗀. Hasn't had an opportunity to bat this early on in the preceding matches, so it's got a good 16 overs to play with. Matt Humphries continues.
Guys, me!
Good running. He really took off quite early there, Wesley 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗀. Something that we are well acquainted with him here. But this is the wicket. Really not sure what he wanted to do there, Marumani. Caught in 2 minds whether to play it fully on the back foot or go forward. Binds is the thinnest of edges. An easy and simple decision there for 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. Points up to the skies. And Craig Young picks up another one.
That's way outside the off stump. 𝗿𝗂𝗽 looking to play the flat sweep, square on the leg side, length just too full.
One behind, Hubs.
Zimbabwe will kick out of the blocks. They really got off 11 off the first over that Humphreys bowled. And they brought things back slightly. They pick up a wicket and to slow things down.
Oh, what a delivery. That is an absolute beauty from Humphreys. We saw a similar delivery go past the outside edge of Marumani in the previous over. This one through the defenses of 𝗿𝗂𝗽 before he knows it's even there.
It's a magnificent delivery from Matthew Humphreys. It was expensive in the first one. On this occasion, brings one back in, picks up a wicket. Ireland pick up their second. Early inroads they're making. 𝗿𝗂𝗽 departs without troubling the scorers. Not from 2, Zimbabwe 18 for 2.
$17 for none, now 18 for 2, Zimbabwe. 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃, most experienced player and captain, walks out. Good strike rate of 136. Best of 133. And Wesley 𝗿𝗂𝗽 was nowhere. Oh, he's looking to go through that offside. He's enjoying himself, Humphreys.
Good comeback after going for 11 in the first. There's no better way to come back with a wicket in your second over. Almost picking up the skipper there.
It's lethal, that arm ball. It's very quick and deceptive through the air. What he's done well here, Raza, is he's kept the bat vertical. So the lack of bounce is easier to deal with. It's just a case of dropping the hands. Very well bowled. Ireland have brought this back very nicely in that over. 18 for 2. Marumani gone for 7, 𝗿𝗂𝗽 gone for 0.
Center.
Yeah, I really like the approach I've seen from Brian Bennett with that short of a length delivery. A couple of stumps outside the off stump, because it's got him into trouble in the 2 previous matches. Today he's taken a different approach.
Excellent, excellent.
You just pick up one there.
Yeah, so just 18 overs now. This match, the power play loses 1 over, it becomes 5. 3 bowlers can bowl a maximum of 4, 2 a maximum of 3. Oh, that one's gone past the outside edge.
Another magnificent delivery from Young here. Really good pace, good bounce as well. And a good take from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. He's really wanting to push them just outside that off stump.
Yeah, well played. They won't run away for 4. We'll get the single now. Let's just take a look at Brian Bennett's dismissals in the first match. First of all, back of a length outside the line of the off stump, looking to go over mid-off. And then in the second, again, giving himself room, looking to go over the offside field. And what he's done today is he's made sure that he's just covered that bounce. He's ridden it and he's hitting the ball along the ground to third man, as opposed to taking him on. Well, Sikandar Raza will do the taking on.
Looking to break the shackles is the skipper. Flashing blade at that one. No third man. So the minute that he left that edge of the bat, it was flying all the way to the boundary.
Yeah, it's the right length to go over, especially with mid-on and mid-off in the circle.
No!
Into the fourth, 25 for 2.
Revised playing conditions. Match has been reduced to 18 overs. The power play 1 to 5. 3 bowlers can bowl 4 overs and 2 can bowl 3. Enormous amount of rain in the last few days. In fact, in the last week. But the ground staff have done so well. Amato Machikito, his wife and his kids in the house. Physiotherapist for Zimbabwe.
Lovely humps.
It's an excellent start by Ireland inside the power play. Darlington Matambanadzō.
Zimbabwe got to a bit of a quick start. Marumani boundary early on and a wide, and then Matthew Humphreys has really brought it back. Bowled an absolute beauty to get Wesley Madevere. And what he's done, he's found what is needed in this humid evening at Harare Sports Club. A little quicker through the air.
Move. Yes,
Quick on that
very
occasion
good.
as well. It's greasy out there. When I say it's greasy, it's just that amount of rain that has fallen has just made things quick enough. The pitch seems quite quick, and so it's actually coming on quicker than you think. And with the left arm spinner bowling, you can see seam up delivery there, intention to bowl the arm ball. Humphreys bowled well in the test match. That a good tour. Now he gets a T20 game in the final game of the series. Multi-format. He's picked up a wicket. Nicely bowled again.
Sure,
Right, how do you play this, Darlington? If the bowler is bowling in this manner, looking to bring the stumps into play.
Gotta really just look for that little in-dipper, a quicker delivery. You've got to try and get him down the ground initially. A little bit of width there. Tension, I think, from Bennett's correct here. Get him down the ground. Wait for him to make an error and hopefully get that error out the ground.
Seen hitting over the top has been quite difficult, and that's due to perhaps the tackiness that we've seen in a couple of surfaces. But this one just seems to be coming on. Reminder, the outfield will be quite moist as well.
Come.
Oh, they steal a single. A good call, 𝗂𝗧, to commit straight away. So you're right, I think the option is to go down the ground, full face of the bat. That particular shot is not a good option. And somebody's turned the lights on, Darlington, so the conditions in themselves have changed as well.
Not much turn on offer generally under lights here at 𝗂𝗧 Sports Club, and Humphreys picked that up. Bowled well. As a result, 2 runs from that over. 27 for 2.
All good, Jay?
Right, there we go. The power play's done. There's a breakdown of it over phase. 5 overs, 27 runs, and 2 wickets. Run rate under 6 runs and over. 𝗂𝗧 short of runs in this series. He'll want to contribute. Josh Little, who didn't start well in the ODIs, but has pulled it back nicely. Here's into the attack from the City end. Ooh, that rushes him.
Immediately we see a little swing. So we're just going to have a look at that power play. 𝗂𝗃𝗄𝗻 and Bennett at the top of the order. He got a good boundary early on, did 𝗂𝗃𝗄𝗻, and then it was Craig Young in his rich vein of form picked up a wicket, and Wesley Madebere was Humphrey's first wicket. And then that big outside edge, flashing outside edge, as Sikandar Raza got his first boundary.
Rushes him again. So we spoke about how greasy it is out there. I'll also tell you, just look at there's a bit of a background there. You can just see the film of water. There's Josh Little's record, 72 matches, 81 wickets. Decent enough economy, 4 for 23. But just back to the conditions and how greasy they are, a little bit of moisture out there. There we go. Cameraman heard me. But that moisture goes into the cricket ball. Actually makes it so difficult to hang on to. Flicked around the corner. There's pace in the surface. But it also can be quite difficult to bowl with if you're a seamer and a spinner. So I must commend Ireland and how they've broken down this particular power play. Lowest economy rates in night T20 internationals. There we go, Josh Little. 𝗃𝗄𝗻 of Afghanistan, Sulul Narain. Mujib, he's in there. Roston Chase. Rangana Herath. What a legend of Sri Lankan cricket.
Oh, it's looks like a painful blow. I think that's a little bottom edge onto the knee. He's just flexing it. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Take all the time we
almost debilitating.
You know what? You can try and protect everything, but you can't. There, bottom edge straight, well picked up. Darlington straight into the side of the knee and the thigh. Luckily there's a bit more of a fleshy part of the body there. That'll hurt. Next few days, that's going to turn a different color. Nicely bowled. Swing on offer.
Sikandar Raza has played a lot of cricket at 𝗂𝗧 Sports Club under the lights. He understands these conditions. He knows that this is going to happen early on and that he's just got to tough it out. This is a good delivery. Just the height, I think, here saves him. I'm going to get a better look from side on. Yeah, clearly 10 centimeters or so above that leg stump.
So there's swing on offer for the fast bowlers. Saw the arm ball used quite a bit by the left arm spinner. But now Zimbabwe need to find a rhythm, find a way of scoring. Again, flick around the corner. You can just see the ball is still rushing the batter. At the end of the over, it'll be 30 for 2. Craig Young, he's had a fabulous T20 international series against Zimbabwe. He's already picked up a wicket. Humphreys making his debut, he picks up a wicket. Just little miserly in his 1 over. Right, who's coming from the other end? He on hand.
We were just talking in between these overs about what is the plan. What plan can you come up 30 for 2 on a greasy evening at Hardy Sports Club? Quick wicket. If you're on hand is the new bowler to come in. Ed, I think that this is the bowler you've got to look to take on. 2 fielders inside the circle.
Oh, he's got some of that. That's on top of the roof. I think that's gone into the car park, and straight away the umpires on the field with replacement balls. There's an option for you. Sits up nicely.
He's given himself a little bit of room, and it's the slower one into the wicket from Fionn Hand. And he's absolutely picked it and smashed it into the night sky.
Oh, he got all of it, that Sakandaraza. Could this be the start of the innings for Zimbabwe? Some shot, to tell you. Because it goes almost over a straightish long on. Swatted away with disdain. All right, we got a new ball out there. That one's gone. Or a replacement ball. Goes again. Doesn't quite get all of it. It plugs in the surface. And it'll be 2.
An almost repeat of the previous shot. Sakandaraza backs away, looking to target those straight boundaries. This is a little fuller, a little bit quicker, so he doesn't get the contact he was looking for. And then that damp outfield here at Harare Sports Club just sits, doesn't run to the boundary.
I mentioned a lot of water's fallen on this surface, so just plugs and sort of rolls on, doesn't get that requisite spin to get onto the boundary wedges. That'll be a wide, but look at that skip through the surface, through to the keeper. Pace and bounds from Mr. Hand.
Like this idea, though. We've been talking about how greasy it is and how it's sliding onto the batter. Might be the idea is just to change the length and go hard into the wicket. Back of a good length. Get it, allow Raza onto the front foot, because he is going to have a go if it's in that good length area.
Pace and bounce again, using the surface, using what's on offer. Gosh, I'll be interested to see how Zarabani's going to go on this surface if a ball goes through like this. Yeah, nice length, I think, as well. And he's sort of just going away from Raza. He wants him to possibly try and reach that. Third is up in the circle, fine leg is back. Deep mid-wicket, square leg, long on, long off. In fact, mid-off up in the circle. Slower delivery.
It's a good change-up. Great way to follow up two really hard deliveries into the wicket.
So 10 off the over. Courtesy of a big six by 𝗂𝗏𝗄𝗏. What does Bennett have for us? What happens in the field? They decide to send third back. Sweepers back. Mid-off, mid-on, up in the circle. Cow corner, deep backward square leg, and a very square, fine leg. Happy to cut it away. Protection out there for Ireland. They'll look for a second, and it's quite easy in the end. 12 off the over. 42 for 2. There we go, Manhattan, first over, decent, and then 2 wickets. You expect that in the shortened format of the game, and then a nice big over in the 7th. Little to continue. Oh, he's going at them now.
Good to see. On difficult wickets, you don't want Josh Little settling in on a good length. A little bit of pace and bounce here. You want to try and hit him off that back of a length. Raza's option is to run down the wicket at him.
Yeah, fair point. Uppish, straight to the fielder. The beauty about this bit of a contest here is that Josh Little's played a lot of T20 franchise cricket as well in the IPL for a number of years. Raza, we know how well traveled he is, so this makes it quite a tasty encounter. And who is going to get on top of who?
Something special about to happen here.
Over the top. Does he get all of it? Plugs in the surface again. Harry Tector gives chase. He'll pick up 2.
Grounds of disappointment from the Zimbabwe supporters. Just could tell that Sikandar Raza was going to scratch that itch, and this is in the zone. In the area has been looking for it, but it just holds up in that surface as it lands. 1 bounce from the boundary at long off.
Yeah, no timing. Comes off the bottom part of the bat and the bat turns in his hand. But they'll maintain the field. And running repairs being done to the ball, as I mentioned, it's going to pick up a lot of moisture. Towels are out. Conversation with the fielder at mid-on about where to go with this. Mid-on, mid-off, still up in the circle. Is that an edge? Is it an edge? I think it is, but I think the umpires want to check if it's carried. Raza doesn't look interested. Has it carried? Oh, they're going back to their positions. I think it hasn't.
My first reaction was, I heard the sound, that sounded woody to me. It was off the inside edge, and those are difficult because they often don't carry through to the keeper.
But nice there from the keeper to say, let's not waste time, it didn't carry to me. Gents, don't have a conversation, let's keep going. Hit well, but a fielder out there. Just a single. The battle continues.
Lots to say about this. Is that inside edge. Have a close look at this. Just might be saved, but it was Lorcan Tucker quick to say that this did not carry 𝗃𝗵𝗄.
Yeah, brilliant. Went straight upstairs. They thought, right, and then Logan Tucker said, nope. It didn't carry, let's carry on. Final delivery. In the 8th. They get a single. What an over by Little. Really good execution. It had everything, that over. 48 for 2. Projections. Just under over 108 now. 7, 9. Ooh, you want to get close to maybe 158, but you gotta go a bit. 𝗂𝗃𝗃 now has reached 8,000 runs in all formats for Zimbabwe. Only 6 other players have done it before him. Nicely struck. It won't prevent the single. And those 6 other players are Andy Flower, Grant Flower, Brendan Taylor, Alistair Campbell, Sean Williams, and Hamilton Masakadza. There you go. Raza, excellent.
Smash, looking to smash this straight. Suddenly Zimbabwean batters for me are starting to settle into an understanding of how to play here. Good shot. Raza played off Josh Little, just 1 run from it. Absolutely nailed it. Right off the middle of the bat. Well set field. I think it was just a 1 run.
Hops you.
Oh, just yorks himself.
Sit, Hops, sit, good lad.
Right, Rodney's on his game. He's battling his computer here, but he's given me quite incredible numbers here. In 18 over T20 internationals, the par score is 132. Big shot. Height. Distance. Bring the balls, please.
The second time 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 has gotten one onto the roof of that player's pavilion. Watch him clear that front foot to really allow him to swing powerfully through the line of that delivery. And that is a big hit, number 2.
Right, they're all staying up there. That one stays, the other one, someone's searching for it. They enjoy it. Everyone in the stadium enjoys it, and I think Raza does too. So back to 18 overs. 18 over T20 games, when they're reduced to 18 overs, the par score is 132. The average winning score is 143. Right, got to go about 9, 10 runs and over to get to that average winning score. Why is he changing it? He's just nearly lost 2 balls and he's changing his bat. What's going on here? Maybe he's just telling us how many bats he has. You know, these batters. You never see a bowler changing his boots as soon as he gets a wicket. Just hit it from 6. Anyway, batter's game, they say. Cut away. Work to do for the sweeper. Work to do. Dive in vain.
The timing seems to be coming to 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃. Struggled a little bit when he first got out here. But this is a good shot because he's just given himself room to get it far behind square enough to avoid that fielder on the point boundary.
And this is also just an understanding of how a T20 game or an 18-over game, as we are right now, can ebb and flow. The bowlers can have their time. But once the batters make a play, it's where do the bowlers go then? And right now, momentum has shifted. 11 off the over. Nicely played again, and the shout is for 2. Yeah. Good running, complementing the good batting.
Great maintenance of pressure on Humphreys. Got that big six already in the over, then the follow-up boundary. Run hard to keep that pressure. Try and make sure that this is a big over for Zimbabwe.
"13 off the over. Another good shot, but it's another good over. 14 off it, 62 for 2 after 9.
Biggest skyscraper in the innings so far. 14 from that over. There have been a few that have barely got off the ground. They want more of those kind of skyscrapers. And it's going to be Gareth Delaney. Massive amount of experience. 45 wickets. Very good evening, Victor and Pizza.
Good evening, Tino. It's a good partnership this for Zim. Dangerous one as well. Graza's in good touch. 34, 26. He goes down the ground. Chance. Is it 𝗃𝗃𝗃? Yes, it is. Takes a comfortable catch.
Once you see Harry 𝗃𝗃𝗃 circling around the ball and getting himself into a position to take the catch, you can almost always turn around and make your way back to the change room. The opportunity to hit this over the boundary was there for Sikandar Raza. Short, but he hasn't struck it well enough. The weight coming out of the shot. And Harry 𝗃𝗃𝗃 takes yet another very good catch. Gone for 34. Zimbabwe 62 for 3.
Square, how are you okay?
Just when a partnership was building. And the captain goes 90 matches for 𝗵𝗃.
Skid on, skid on, skid on, skid on.
Off the mark straight away.
Yeah, he played really well, didn't he? He came in with the right intensity. That's generally what you see from Sikandar Raza, but it's a wonderful catch. He's been so good in the field. I think every time I've heard you say the ball goes to him, don't hit the ball to him, because that's how good he is. Doesn't drop any. Taken some beautiful catches in the series so far, even in the test match. Took a blind on the boundary.
You know, so athletic, and what he does really well is get himself to where he's expecting to take the catch quickly. That's the key. I was going to say, and then steadies himself, but you look at the catches he's taken in the whole series. He's running left or right, full tilt and diving. Calls for two.
Yes.
Fumble. So comfortable two.
Yeah, you'll expect that though as well. Wet outfield. Fielders, even though they do attack, they need to make sure that they watch the ball in their hands. So then it has to be a clean pickup and then release. And occasionally, if you put fielders under pressure, you get the opportunity to then come back for a couple on that occasion, which they did.
Bowled him. Oh, Brian Bennett. Disappointment.
Yeah, you see it all the time, don't you? A good partnership, two guys that have been there for some time. The one goes and the other one just follows afterwards. And that's not what you want if you're Zimbabwe. You want him to at least be there and stretch this partnership. Good moment this for the Irish because they pick another wicket. Zimbabwe have lost 4, Bennett's gone for 16, 67 for 4.
Oh, Zimbabwe losing wickets in clumps once again. Tony Munyongo, the hero of the second T20 international. Can he repeat his heroics? No. 67 for 1.
You and me.
I beg your pardon, 67 for 4. Zimbabwe, and Captain Raza, the biggest contributor so far, 37, 34 and 27. And Harry Tector will get an opportunity.
Not your single,
Broke a crucial partnership in that second game, dismissed Ryan Burl, who was going well.
Yeah!
No surprises have been brought on again to Ryan Burl.
Yeah, and you also look at those numbers. I mean, that's a very good economy rate, a decent enough strike rate as well. And generally what he'd normally do is they'll bring him on because of the left-hander. That one just doesn't come up at all. He's trying to pull that one, keep slow. Yeah, wonderful for Ireland. Keep getting wickets.
There, Jabber, that line, and in. That's centre. Nick, that's flexed up. A little bit, Youngie. See a bit wide. A bit wide. Harry.
So good, Harry. So good, fellas.
Just a reminder that we've lost 2 overs. So it'll be 18 overs and not 20 due to the rain that's come down today.
Come on, come on! Run! Me, guys, me!
Current rate will get them 120.
Yeah, but
you felt 140, 150 was a good score. After we've seen how the outfield is acting, I think it's a very good score.
I think it will be a very good score. And they need another 70 to get to 140. But they have to go at about 10 runs and over. But Bill's still there, and the way that Tony played in the last game, you probably feel that they need this partnership to stretch a touch. And then they can have a full go. 8 gets them 130. I think 130 is not enough. I think you need to get more than 130, at least 145, close to 150.
He's looking to get that ball over the 45 fielder. Tony, he's got to be careful because there is a fielder at 𝗃𝗚𝗃𝗃, and he's actually, after that shot, just been asked to go a bit finer. In the air, fielder too far inside. That should have been out. And there will be a check whether that's 6 or 4.
Yeah, it's completely misjudged that. And you sort of need to think of what the fielder is thinking. He's back on the boundary now, but he probably feels it's a long hit on that occasion. It's one-handed, but look where he is. He's coming way inside the boundary, and that's sort of just bounced short. But if he stands on the boundary, it's a comfortable catch.
Yeah, looks like it's just bounced inside the boundary, and he'll be kicking himself.
Sounded like 6.
Now, even if you want to get yourself in because you think it's a big hit, you don't want to get yourself that far in. The ball's gone over his head, and it's gone for 4.
And also the other thing is, where does he start? And I was just having a look at him before when the ball was struck to him. He was way in, and then sort of not sure whether to go forward or not. That's just confirmation. That will be 4. And because he misjudged the ball and had to make the adjustment too late over his head, and Mpho gets another life.
So reprieve for Mpho early. This one flays through extra cover. In the end of the over, a pretty decent one. 8 from it, 75 for 4. Couple of wickets for Delaney in his first over. The captain Raza and Brian Bennett, on hand. Oh, now that looks good. Langton Rosetta says, no, it's not.
I think it's a very good decision. It just nips back. And you're going to have a look at this one, and you're actually going to look at him and give him the credit and say, well, that is an absolute beauty of a decision. He's fairly deep in the crease, but he's probably just missing leg stump. Movement was just too big. But a good start. He's been expensive in his first one.
Yeah, gives himself room, Mpho, but on hand. Make sure he follows him, doesn't give him the room that he's looking for to play with freedom.
seems to be angling the ball in and is moving sharply. 1 or 2 quiet overs here for Ireland, and we'll probably feel, well, they're doing a good job so far because they've picked up the 4 wickets, 4 key wickets.
He's looking to go over the offside. Drop short of Curtis Campher running in off the boundary.
Yeah, difficult chance that. Still such a big side there, isn't it? Just on the side of the grass embankments. Was in there for a long time. And Curtis Campher always trying to take the catch. Just a couple.
He's done well here, Fionn Hand, by getting the ball going across Ryan Burl, I beg your pardon. Because he's looking to go long on, deep mid wickets. That's where he's strong. And very difficult to get that ball there from that far outside the off stump. In the air. Little plug and they'll come back for 2. That's where he likes it, Ryan Burl.
Yeah, and he needs to get the length right as well. So the plan is still there to try and go across him. But on that occasion, it's a little bit too full, which allows Ryan Burl to get closer to the ball and get it in that gap there. It's not bad, though. That's the thing about batting in the middle period is when you don't get the boundary, you still need to be able to score. Get your 2s. If there's opportunities for 3, then do that. And if an opportunity comes for a boundary, put it away, and it's a good over for your team.
Again, across Ryan Burl. And I always think to myself, in this situation, do you not want to start off standing on off stump? Because it makes it that much more difficult to bowl outside of your line on the off stump side. And you've got better access to the leg side, which is where you're looking to go naturally.
Wait! Over.
80 for 4. $10 from here, get Zimbabwe 140, which I think will be a very competitive innings to try and chase down Curtis Campher. Has a knack of breaking partnerships, has a knack of getting wickets at important times for Ireland. Best of 4 for 25. Oh, it's gone through Josh Little, so Zimbabwe will come back for 2. A different Tony Munyonga today, the way he's approached his innings. Just seems to be a little bit rushed today. There's still so much time to bat, and that 10 and over we were talking about, if he remains for the next 4 overs, Zimbabwe are getting that.
It'll also be a confidence thing. You know, when you look at his numbers, it's a guy that probably doesn't play regularly for Zimbabwe. Got 9 in the first, a wonderful innings in the second game, and he probably comes into this game with a lot of confidence, and he feels, well, I just need to carry on where I left off from the last game. And he needs to understand why he did better so well, the options that he took. So far today, it just looks like he's trying to overhit the ball. The timing was good, the placement. If there was third up in the ring and backward point, he'd like work the ball into the gap, gets a 4. So he batted very cleverly there in the last game. So all he needs to do is just get a partnership going, get his batting rhythm back in, and just time the ball.
Yeah, Tony's got the ability to really get a move on in the last couple of overs. So his aim should be to get there. And with Ryan 𝗏𝗀 would be a bonus. Then they can both take advantage of those final overs. Crack from Ryan 𝗏𝗀. Just 2.
Better option as well, isn't it? I know 𝗃𝗃𝗃 doesn't have a lot of pace, but the option for me, that is always a nice gap to hit. He played really well with 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃. A winning cause. Zimbabwe was under pressure at this moment. Lost too many wickets at the end, and he was very watchful. A bit of fortune there, but just look at some of the shots that he plays. Third up in the ring, finds the gap.
Over the top, but this outfield really, really slow. That's an indication of just how much water it's taken on. Not today, but in the last week or so. So again, instead of a boundary, he gets just 2, and you can see the disappointment on his face. Go over the boundary.
That means he needs to run more. Just need to take his breath again. But I think it's a much better option, especially when these bowlers are trying to bowl the ball across you, because that's normally where the gap is.
He's hit that well again, and it'll be just 2 again.
Good over for Zimbabwe. Yeah, you used to be looking at those and thinking, well, at least 2 of those should have gone to the boundary for 4. But nonetheless, they're still out getting those 2s. They're running well.
Yeah, the size of the boundary going down to that players' change room and VIP pavilion doesn't help either. But the fans are having a great time in full cry. You can see that he's going to continue to look to bowl wide outside the off stump. Harry Tector at sweeper being sent very, very straight. And he hits it squarer and will come back for another 2. So plenty running in that over. 11 from it, 91 for 4. Most successful run scorer in the series, Ryan 𝗏𝗀, Tony Munyonga in second place with 62. Zimbabwe's Captain Raza, who cannot contribute any further to the 56 that he's got. And then Lorcan Tucker, those 46 coming in the 1 innings in that second T20 International, and Brian Bennett with 32. Mid-off up. Will he target that area, Munyonga? Good Yorker.
It's just the options, isn't it? Where does he trying to hit that? And I still think hitting straight is still a very good option. Don't look too square, and he's tried to look too square in the 10 deliveries that he's faced so far.
Shot to catch it, but enough on it to go over Craig Young. 2.
Watch him, brother.
fair, I've umpired in worse conditions.
He's picked that up nicely. He wants to, Mnyonga decides against it, and wisely so.
Yeah, it is a very good decision not to go back. Wouldn't have been even halfway.
Come, fellas, come, fellas!
Thick edge, up in the air, and catch taken. Craig Young. And eventually the back of the length outside the off stump works for the Irish.
Yeah, it's a very simple game plan. It's good to see when bowlers have a plan and they just stick to it. And Ryan Bull, as you've mentioned previously, is that he loves playing the ball on the leg side. And this one just goes away from him. He tries to go across it, and just a comfortable catch. And they lose another one, Zimbabwe. Ryan Bull, he's gone for 17, Zimbabwe 94 for 5.
It was feeling for them the other day. I couldn't go any harder on the ball.
Fifth wicket falls for Zimbabwe, and it brings young 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗂𝗃 to the middle. Now these two put together a meaningful partnership in that victory in the second match.
What a leg? For him, big one. Yeah, leg. A bit towards you. Yeah, leg stump.
A little bit better in the previous over because Kempfer's a little bit slower. Little's got a little bit more pace, so the ball goes a little bit finer. Just an easy catch, and another wicket for the Irish. Good period this for them.
Tony!
50th T20I wicket for Josh Little, and he's second only to Mark Adair. So such a great performer, of course, in this format for Ireland. Recently just signed a county contract with Middlesex for the upcoming season. And the end of a good over for him, a wicket in it, 4 runs, 95 for 5.
Starts again. Raza 34, 27. Brian Bennett wasn't his fluid self this time, 16 off 19. Bull 17 off 13. These two young players at the crease now. And I'll try and push the ascendancy. Tony Mnyonga will be coming off a great deal of confidence. 𝗃𝗶𝗃𝗃𝗃. I like the good times. Have a look at this. Nice scenes here at the Irish Sports Club. I love their cricket, and it's the final game of the summer. Slower delivery in the air. Is it safe? Takes one hand off it. It goes all the way for 6. Oh my. You know he's powerful, as I mentioned, coming off a little bit of confidence of winning a game for Zimbabwe.
Tony Munyonga looking to break the shackles here for Zimbabwe. Much needed boundary. Really not much control, but lots of power behind that shot. Went many a mile up. Also good distance. Couple of bounces and over the boundary.
I thought it went over. I think it did. It disappears behind the wedge there. Nothing on the inside. Got some 𝗃𝗧. He's gone 4. Hello? No, surely. Hang on. Brings up the 100. Hang on. I just have a look at my eyes again. Literally. Where's this landed? Right. Does it land on the inside, Eli?
I think you called it right. It's just behind that cushion. That's when it disappears. There we go. Out of sight. And then just appears.
It doesn't bounce on the inside. This is what I'm sort of looking at here. Because if it bounces on the inside, then it goes over the way. Oh, there we go. My eyes are fine. And Tony Munyonga is happy.
Yeah, it shows that you had plenty of carrots.
Hit a single. 𝗃𝗂𝗃𝗃 got some time here. It's a long ball. I'll take you back to the numbers I was given a short while ago, where when a game was reduced to 18 overs in the T20 International, the par score is 132. 103 right now. Oh yes, stand and deliver. This is what he brings to the party. This is what 𝗃𝗃𝗃 can do.
Now this is a great opportunity for this pair to showcase the talent that they have. 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 magnificently strikes this one. Flat 6. Travel the distance.
Yeah, what was inviting there is because mid-off was up in the circle. And he just needs to believe that he gets enough of it, it'll go over. More of it, it goes for 6.
Yeah.
2 6s in the over. This helps the acceleration. And now some misfielding.
Pressure. The pressure that it brings when you've had 2 maximums now. And good running as well. The fielders are coming under pressure here.
There we go, just lifting the head at the last moment. Takes the eyes off it and creates the extra run. 16 off the over. Final delivery here for Young, who's been a genuine wicket taker in this series. Happy to take 16 off the over. After 15, it's 111 for 5. Yeah, biggest over the last one, 16 off it. Haven't been quite as consistent as they would have wanted. Right, change in the ball. Now from what I read, and maybe, again, got to get myself checked here, is that there are some new laws or new ideas that are being brought into the game around the changing of the ball and when to change it, when it's discolored, when it loses its shape, especially in ODI cricket, because there was the idea that reverse swing is sort of a dying technique or a little bit of extra that the fast bowlers can use in an ODI, because before, now I can say it because I'm 40, back in my day, we only had the one ball. That hard. Done well to stop that.
That's a great piece of fielding because that was struck very well. Came right up the middle of the bat there from Tony Munyonga. He picked the gap nicely. He's cruising. And I just get a feeling that these two, they are really providing that the impetus that Zimbabwe needed, especially towards these latter stages of the game. They had a great partnership, these two, in the second ODI. 33-run partnership just off 22.
Hitting the helmet. Right. Gotta get the doctor out there. Gets himself into a little bit of a tangle. Nice from Paul Sterling. Look at that. Straight away to check if he's okay. And he also wants to have a look at the doctor here, Tony Munyonga. Where is the doctor? There he comes. 𝗵𝗺 will come and have a concussion test of Tony Munyonga, see if he's okay, because that hits him flush.
I really was just trying to work that around. Caught in two minds, I'd say. And in a very nasty area, I would say. Right on top of that helmet.
Doesn't play it well. Doesn't play it well. Hit him on the side of the head as well, so I hope he's okay. Here we go. Here come the questions. Where are you? Who's the bowler? What's the score? Lowest averages in night T20 International. Josh Little, he loves it when the lights are on. He loves a night game. One of the two. Inside here. Wow. It's been going on forever. 𝗵𝗺 Hasaranga, Keep Khan. Bryden Cast, who's just left the Champions Trophy with an injury. Been replaced by Rayan Ahmed. Williams, Patirana from Sri Lanka. So, Tony's okay. Heaves away. Yeah, Tashinga has come to play.
No, that's a magnificent shot from Tashikum Sekiwa. Really set him up nicely to play this shot. Right off the middle. Watch out in the crowd.
He can hit sixes at will. Can this young man? 5 sixes now, just the 4 fours on this venue right now. Very low due to perhaps just the heavy outfield, lots of moisture. So we're having a look at the ball again because it lands sort of in the mound. And Paul Sterling just wants to be sure if it's still okay. A bit of mud on it as well. There we go. Another umpire, not a stop in play. We'll try and clean it. So it's all happening for the umpires at the moment. We've lost a couple of deliveries. Now fourth umpire has been a busy man with the briefcase.
They're running impressive with Cesara. And they're going to change it up and look for another one.
As I mentioned, sort of mulling some ideas of how the ball becomes discolored and also bringing the bowlers into the game with reverse swing, especially in ODI cricket. So the idea, I think, and again, got to make sure I get my words right here because they'll rake me over the coals on Twitter, X, and all these social media sites. I know you're listening. The idea is to try and get to the 25th over, and the best looking ball at the 25th over is the ball that stays on the field, and there'll be one ball through to the 26th to the 50th, but subject to change. You can see a few drops there, ladies and gentlemen, as well on the screen, and the rain sort of hung around. Yes, hard, finds the fielder. Ooh, well done to stop that, otherwise that would have been a boundary. So yes, subject to discoloration from the ball, but also trying to bring the bowlers into the game in the latter part of the ODI to get a little bit of reverse swing. Two deliveries to go in this over. It's already gone for 10. Tony Mnyongo on strike. Top edge. Oh, safe again. There's a short delivery with fine leg up in the circle. It's well executed by Little. And Tony Mnyongo gets away with another one.
See, what I liked about that was 𝗂𝗂 just heading through the stump mics, calling for the two, but here doesn't really have control over that shot. But 𝗂𝗂 was watching it, and he called that the two is on, and they ran for those two.
Yeah, he's saying, well, it's one for the over. Well, I've had a few more in this over. Why haven't you called another one? Final delivery. Swats it down the ground. Oh, it's an effort. Here's that 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. Who is that?
No. I got it,
Look for a second. It is 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 in the over. 125 for 5. Batting card is looking a little bit better now. These contributions of Tony Mnyongo and 𝗂𝗂. Excellent learning curve for them as qualifiers, Africa qualifiers later in the year. The trust to finish off an innings. Be in hand. 2 overs, 0 for 17. He's got the responsibility of the 17th over. Third up, and he's a very fine third. Fine leg up in the circle, very square. Short fine leg. Smidoff also up in the circle. Oh, it's nicely bowled.
That's a good delivery. This was a strike by Tony Mnyongo in the previous over. Good effort from 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. He knew he wasn't going to get there, but then decided just to stretch out his hands and keep it in play. I'm saying that he saved definitely 2 there.
Yeah, the beauty there is that he's tried to take the catch, and at the same time his body position saves the boundary. Oh, 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. If you haven't seen him, have a look.
That's sweetly timed. You'll say that's cream to the boundary. Now 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, this one with an offer. And he accepts the invitation. Plenty of power behind that one.
They like it. Some of the Canadian players that are in town for an A tour. Now they're trying to set the right field here. It was a very good shot. Cannot chase the field. They're still having a conversation about perhaps where to bowl. Wants to be sure that he's got clear mind here, fee in hand. Pick outside edge where they move the fielder. It goes there on the bounce, and they'll pick up 2.
𝗃𝗵𝗂𝗂 is really making his intentions clear here. He'll try and get as much as he can. Not really timing that one, but he's fortunate enough that it falls into a vacant gap and he's able to pick up a couple.
And he's still got strike. Cannot miss the length, cannot miss the line, cannot afford not to execute here because he's looking to take down the hand. And it hasn't come out the hand as nicely as he would have wanted.
That's pressure. The efforts of 𝗃𝗵𝗂𝗂, they're having an effect on Fionn Hand here. Look at that huge stride outside off stump. Force his hand to try and bowl as wide of the crease as he can. Too wide.
Yes, it is. It is a no ball. Off the pitch. In front of the stumps. No ball. Trouble. Trouble here because now it's a free hit as well. The field stays the same.
White ball.
Yeah, it is well, you would say it's a wide ball because it cuts that line, that guideline. They'll have to bowl it again. Still a free hit.
Pressure. Good call by 𝗃𝗵𝗂𝗂 to let that one go. He's striking at 191 plus. 𝗃𝗵𝗂𝗂.
Free hit remains. Misses out. Misses out on the free hit.
Yeah. A juicy full toss. His eyes lit up. Doesn't get the desired connection. Misses it totally. A good comeback on that occasion from Hand. Still got 2 deliveries to go in this over.
Over's gone for 8. 𝗃𝗂𝗂 still on strike. Dot ball, the previous one. And really nicely bowled again. This is really good from Fionn Hand just to try and change it up. He started to go really wide. Now he's gone really full and straight.
It's a Yorker length. Just sneaks in underneath the bat. Good efforts, good comeback. He's got one more delivery to think about.
I think 𝗃𝗂𝗂 knows his hitting zone. He knows his hitting length. And so a little bit static on that occasion. Some players will try and get a little bit closer to it. What does he do here? Yeah, he moves with the feet. Tries to get inside the line. It'll end the over. Comes back nicely, Hand. 3 dot balls. It's 133 for 5. Delaney, look at that, a 1 over, 2 wickets, just for 5 runs. Young, 3 overs, 1 for 29. He's been the pick of the bowlers throughout this T20 internationals for Ireland. Humphreys, good in his first game, 1 for 28 in 4. Bowled the difficult overs. Right, Craig Young will bowl the final over of this innings. 1 for 29 in 3, fine leg up, mid-off up. Tony Muyonga. Hit hard, Harry Tector. Don't hit it to him. Just don't. Safest hands I've seen in a long time in the hot zone. Tony has to go.
Tony Muyonga looking to go big. From the sound of the bat, you would tell. Didn't time it too well. Found one of the best fielders from the Ireland team. 𝗿𝗫𝗫𝗀, magnificent catch, you would say. Disappointed. Mpiyonga departs 26 from 19. Zimbabwe 133 for 6.
Tony Mpiyonga's out now, brings Wellington Masakadza, 64 matches. Doesn't have a lot of time, just 5 deliveries. Craig Young picks up another wicket, but Harry takes another blinder out in the deep. Flick round the corner. Does it flick on into the boundary? Oh, it does. It just does. Boundary 4 definitely must be.
Wellington Masakadza coming to the crease and already getting to the thick of things. Gets off the mark with the boundary, but this is the wicket of Tony Mpiyonga, looking to muscle it away. It was in a good region, but the catch was equally good.
Sure was. I do think that the shot was on. It just doesn't get enough of it. And that man, when it goes anywhere near him, he's very good. In the block hole. Catches per innings. 𝗿𝗫𝗫𝗀 is up to 58 now. Look at that. A.B. de Villiers, he's behind A.B. de Villiers. Harry Brook, Ashton Agar, Aidan Markram, David Miller. A lot of South Africans on that list. Good fielders. One Aussie. Nicely bowled in the block hole. They'll be looking for 2 here. It's wide of long on.
Good push for the 2. Good call. A wicket in this over, but also some runs for Zimbabwe. 8 from it. Looking for the block hole. Dug out well. The running is good. Wellington Masakadza took off quite well. Easy for 2 for them.
Nicely bowled again. Into the block hole. Brilliant. The Yorker works.
Leading wicket takers in this series, Craig Young up there. He's been phenomenal for Ireland. He's got 8. Josh Little as well. Trevor Gwandu growing in leaps and bounds, got 3. Gareth Delaney 2, as well as Richard Ngarawa.
Those are excellent returns for Craig Young. If you think about the first game with no result, and then to have a full T20, and then this one also reduced. So an excellent return in T20 series. Final delivery in the block hole. Some over, barring the boundary. It goes for 9. 18 overs are done. 142 for 6. The par score when a game is reduced to 18 overs is 132. The average winning score when a game is reduced in 18 overs is 143. It's game on here in Harare with the lights on.
Zimbabwe's batting card there. Marumani Bennett really didn't get off to that great start. Raza added some impetus in there, aided by Mpiyonga and Musekiwa.
Right, let's get downstairs to Darlington Matamanadzo.
Tony, another contribution from you this evening. How were conditions different today?
I think the wicket has played a big part. It's a little bit slow, and there isn't even bounce as well, so it was quite hard to hit.
What did you think you had to do to get 26 from 19?
I think it was more down to running between the wickets hard, trying to get the ball on the bed as much as possible, but running between the wickets, I think, was the biggest thing.
142, do you think that's enough?
I think definitely it's enough. Outfield is slow, and the wicket is playing a big part as well, being up and down and a little bit slow at the same time.
Thank you very much, Tony, and all the best tonight.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Darlington. Running between the wickets is going to be key, but picking up wickets is going to be also key. 2 for Craig Young, 2 for 5 for Gareth Delaney, 1 for Little, and 1 for Humphreys on his debut. Now here we go. I think it's game on. 143 required off 108 deliveries at a shade under 8. Game on the other side.
Welcome back to Harare Sports Club for the third T20 International between Zimbabwe and Ireland. Ireland won the toss and inserted Zimbabwe. Pressure early on. Marumani and Matevere went early. Bennett 16 from 19. Raza gave that Zimbabwe innings some impetus, 34 from 27. And Burl 17 from 13. But it was the partnership between Munyonga and Msekiwa. 26 runs apiece. Got Zimbabwe to 142. Humphreys was good early, and then he was a little expensive later on. Craig Young has been outstanding for Ireland throughout. Josh Little picked up a wicket. And Delaney picked up 2 big wickets in 1 over. Under lights for the 3rd T20 International. 𝗵𝗻𝗀𝗀 did get a couple of boundaries early on, and then a beauty. Craig Young gets one to just nip away a little bit off the wicket. And then it was Wesley Madebere. Matthew Humphreys gets one to just nip into him sharply off the wicket. 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃 had some luck early on, and then a couple of really big hits. And this was an absolute monster. And he got one away, square of the wicket on the offside. Before, it was Harry Tector running off the boundary. Took a very good catch to get the wicket of 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃. And then Brian Bennett was the 2nd wicket to fall in that over. Before Tony Munyonga was given a life. But, Ryan Bill had some good fortune early on. What an attempt from Curtis Kamfer running in off the boundary. And he got a couple of big hits before this dismissal. And in that partnership from Tony Munyonga and Tashinga Msekiwa. Clean hitting from Msekiwa. Another big shot for him. And then this is a dismissal of Tony Munyonga. Sorry, that was dropped. Harry Tector uncharacteristically. And then that's the dismissal in the final over. Tector picks up his 2nd good catch of the match. So there you have it. Ireland need 143 runs to win from a reduced 108 balls at 7.94 runs per over. But unfortunately, it's been rain around Harare, and we've not been able to escape it tonight. We've had the game shortened already. We're going to have to take a break and get back to you as soon as we have some good news.
Yes. 3-2. You are happy?
Yeah, welcome back to Harare Sports Club, where the third T20 International has just ended between Zimbabwe and Ireland. Weather's had its say. And this is how the Zimbabwe batting card played out, with Bennett on 16 off 19, Raza 34 off 27. Took some time for him to get into his innings, but he did with some big lusty blows. And then it was Munyonga and Mr. Kiwa with 26 apiece. And was exciting from a Zimbabwe batting perspective. From the bowling perspective, Ireland, Gareth Delaney 2 for 5 in his 1 over. Craig Young's bowling form continues with 2 for 38 and 1 apiece for Humphreys and Little. As I mentioned, the weather has had its say, and the game had already been reduced to 18 overs apiece, and then the rain came down, and then hands met with a shake. With Zimbabwe and Ireland in this third T20 International being abandoned due to rain and a wet outfield. Right, it's time to get downstairs to Tina Moyo at the post-match presentation.
In a match reduced to 18 overs, Zimbabwe asked to bat first, 142 for 6 in those 18 overs that they had, well led by the captain 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗧𝗃 with 34. But as the rain did in the first T20 International, it played spoil sport at the halfway stage. It means that this third T20 International is abandoned. It means that Zimbabwe win the series 1-0. Congratulations to them. Commiserations to the visitors' island. Welcome to the final post-match presentation of this T20 International series between Zimbabwe and Ireland. And I'll try and get through this as quickly as possible because it looks like the skies might just open up again. On behalf of Zimbabwe Cricket, I'd like to thank their official sponsors, ZLG Purified Water, Cresta Hotels, Isan International, Tracy Mason, Zimfarm, Plascon, Delta, Union Hardware, Pro Bottlers, Omtex, Crick Heroes, and Mukuru. Our presentation guest today, who will present the winner's trophy for the series, is Mr. Godwin Dube. He's a Zimbabwe Cricket Board Director, as well as Chairman of the Bulawayo Metropolitan Cricket Association. Right, we'll move on straight to Paul Sterling, who I'll ask to come forward and have a few words. The captain of Ireland. Paul, you can never really do anything about the weather. You started off well by winning the toss and asking Zimbabwe to bat. 142 and 18, did you feel that you were in a position to chase that down?
I think that would have been a really good game, actually. Yeah, I thought we were on top at certain stages, and I think they just crept to either a par or above par, and I think it would have been a really interesting chase. Unfortunately, the weather got in the way. Yeah, the way the series has gone with the weather around means that performances have been hard to come by. How outstanding has Craig Young been with the new ball? Yeah, he's been awesome. Look, he missed the one-day series unexpectedly, and he's come back, and he's been a stalwart for us, and he's been a brilliant bowler for us, and he's done exceptionally well. Now, first all-format tour you've played against Zimbabwe, going back to the Test match ODIs, T20Is. What do you take out of this as you go home? Yeah, look, I think getting a Test win after 4 months with no cricket was exceptional. Moving on from that, we were probably disappointed we didn't capitalise on moments that we should have in the one-day series and lost 2-1. And I think we can take a lot from this T20 series. 2 rained-off games, chasing maybe things slightly in your favour. So I don't think we'll look at the result as a whole, and we'll more analyse everything over by over, I'd say. I believe the tour's done, but not quite so for you. You're going to stick around and enjoy a little bit of Zimbabwe for the next few days? Yeah, I think so. I've been to Zimbabwe so many times and haven't seen much of the country, so I'm going to be roaming around if anyone wants to tag along. Absolutely. Tough luck in the series. All the best going forward. Thank you very much. Paul Sterling, captain of Ireland, and I'd like to very quickly call upon the winning captain of the series, the captain of Zimbabwe, 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗧𝗃𝗃, for a word. 𝗂𝗂𝗃𝗃, let's look at this T20 International Series. Of course, just the one victory for you in there, but I think some positives, especially from a couple of the youngsters that have come into the side. Would you agree?
Yeah, certainly. I thought Tony has been fantastic. I mean, coming into the national side after a long time, I thought he's a fantastic tour. Seeing Burley hitting some clean striking as well, so that's a positive for the country as well. And of course, the way 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 and throughout last 6-7 months, the way Brian Bennett has carried the team as well has been fantastic. So yeah, there's a lot of positives. These are just the batters. I just think that Trevor Gwandu has been fantastic. I mean, the bar is set so high by Blessing Muzrabani and Richard Garava, but Trevor Gwandu is trying to follow that path as well, and he's improving with every game. So there's a lot more positive with a lot more guys chipping in this series, and certainly that has been the biggest positive for me. Yeah, you weren't there at the beginning of the series and then the one-day series win, but how impressed are you with the team to be able to lift themselves, especially after that Test match loss in Bulawayo? Yes, certainly any loss, Zimbabwe we put ourselves in decent positions, and sometimes we let the game slip as well, so certainly it was tough. But we have put a lot of hard work in the last 6 to 7 months as well, and certainly to win a ODI Series 2-1 and then T20 as well. I know the rain has played a huge part, but I still think it would have been very good 3 games, and result could have been different, but we'll take 1-0 win, and even today as well, I thought 143 on a wicket under lights, a slow outfield. I thought it was a very good total. It would have been a good game as well. Back-to-back white ball series wins. Zimbabwe hasn't done that since 2022 against Bangladesh here. What does that say about the team, and especially for the morale in the change room? Certainly, because this is like I said, this is the last day of the summer for us in the country now. The boys have a lot of away tours coming up as well. The next time we meet will be in July against a tougher opposition as well. So, you know, we can keep working hard and try and make sure our ceilings get higher and higher with every series. The learnings we've had from this series against Ireland has been valuable, and we can use those lessons and keep pushing ourselves to be better with every series that's come by, because again the end goal is to qualify for the T20 World Cup in India.
Now, you refer to the end of a summer, a very long summer for you. A couple of test matches coming up in Bangladesh, one in the UK after a very, very long time. What's the work process for the players that will be taking part in those couple of series from here on?
Yeah, certainly. So we've got our fitness program already. Our S&C doesn't let us sleep for a day or two. So luckily we've got a couple of days off, so boys are going to enjoy that. And then we're back into training as well. We've got games against Canada A here. We've got Scotland A coming in April. We've got Durham arriving in March as well. So there's a lot of games coming up for the A series as well. So hopefully some of the boys will be part of Bangladesh and England as well. We'll play those series, and hopefully by the time comes for international tours, they're in a better position.
The 12th man, what do you have to say about them? They stayed when the rain was here, the first T20I. They stayed tonight. What do you want to say for them?
You know, those guys, even I was speaking to shorturl as well, and he never mind us, because this is our crowd as well, even he's been very impressed. So it's nice how the vibe around the ground, how respectful they are, and how they lift us up. And every time you think the chips are down, and they'll come up with something that will lift us up as well. So certainly our crowd plays a huge part in our home games as well. And I'm very sure in a few months' time we will start seeing our crowd traveling with us to overseas as well, and that will be brilliant as well.
Sikandar, congratulations. Wonderful performance from you today, as well as during the series.
Thank you very much.
Sikandar Raza, the captain of Zimbabwe. Sikandar, I'll ask you to come forward. You've got a trophy to collect, my friend, from Mr. Godwin Dube, the Zimbabwe Cricket Board Director and Chairperson of the 𝗂𝗚 Metropolitan Cricket Association. I'll then ask your team to come and join you and celebrate what has been an outstanding series for Zimbabwe in white ball cricket. The winners of the T20 International Series, ladies and gentlemen, 1-0 to Zimbabwe. That's all from the presentation.
Yeah, thank you once again, Tino, and to all your guests. And these images now you'll see on your screen are of a Zimbabwe side that win another series in this tour, where Ireland have visited their shores. Won the ODI series, and now they've won the T20I series. And so there's a lot of talent in that group. There's a lot of ability as they march on to the next challenge in T20 cricket, which is not too far away. An important T20 matches as they try and qualify for the T20 World Cup in 2026. Thoughts with Ireland, because they started it well. They won that only test match in Bulawayo by 63 runs. They were very good there. We came up to Harare for the ODI series, and Zimbabwe won that 2-1. And then into the T20Is, where rain affected the first one, and then Zimbabwe won the second one, and then rain and weather affected the third. So that is how this series has broken down. So the summer of cricket, where it started with Pakistan, went on to Afghanistan, and then Ireland visited these shores. It has all come to an end. It is good night and goodbye until we see you next time.